One of the most popular elements of Miraculous Ladybug is the relationships between the different characters, and more specifically, the relationship between Marinette/Ladybug and Adrian/Cat Noir. Now, over the past couple of years, a number of different ships have exploded in popularity, revolving around the different superhero and civilian combinations of these two characters, and thus, the love square was born. Now, unfortunately, Miraculous is quite well known for its slow plot progression and character development, but I think a lot of this is being set up to change in Season 4, particularly surrounding the love square. So today, I want to go through each of the different combinations and give my predictions on what the future holds for them in Season 4. We'll start with probably the least likely to have any real meaningful progression, Ladybug and Adrian. Now, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but this is the combination that probably has the least potential going forward. But why is that? Simply put, it has no real endgame for development or much potential for drama. Adrian already likes Ladybug and Ladybug already likes Adrian. It just wouldn't make much narrative sense to develop an attraction that's already clearly there for both characters. That being said, there will still probably be Ladybug and Adrian moments, but these will likely revolve around Ladybug doing something stupid to try and impress him, so don't expect much beyond that. And that brings us to Marinette and Cat Noir, and for me, I'm in two minds as to the potential that this storyline has. Originally, before the New York special, I would have said that this one is going to be one of the bigger corners of the love square for Season 4. The original idea I had for this would have been Marinette sort of drifting away from Adrian because she thinks it's an unrealistic goal for her to be with him, and the same would have happened to Cat Noir with Ladybug. From there, Adrian would have started visiting Marinette more often as Cat Noir, as we've seen in previous episodes, to try and work through some of his lonely feelings. Because he isn't acting all over the top like when he's trying to impress Ladybug, Marinette starts to see a different side of him and maybe even develops a crush on him. Then of course, this results in her as Ladybug giving Cat Noir a bit more attention because of these revelations. But I feel like the New York special chucked all this out the window and really honed in on Ladybug and Cat Noir and Marinette and Adrian as the primary ships going forward. So whilst there might be some moments here and there for Marinette and Cat Noir, I'd say it's unlikely to have much plot relevance or significance going forward. And this leads me into the second most relevant ship in Season 4, Ladybug and Cat Noir. Now once again, I'm in two minds about this one, and there are a couple of options going forward based on the New York special. The first one, and in my view the more likely option, is that the two continue their journey to become very good friends. In the New York special, we saw Cat Noir try to take more of a back seat with his romantic advances towards Ladybug, giving her a yellow friendship rose and giving her a lot more space than usual. Similarly, despite her getting frustrated with him by lying to her, by the end of the episode she realizes she can't be a hero without him. They truly are the dynamic duo. So it really does stand to reason that Season 4 is going to heavily focus on their dynamic as friends and how they develop together as heroes, and I honestly think that would be a good path forward for them. As we get closer and closer to a reveal happening, I think it would be best to streamline the ships down to the one that has the most endgame relevance. That way we're not going to have any stupid storylines where Adrian's worried he's betraying Ladybug by liking Marinette or vice versa. If it's streamlined down to Ladybug and Cat Noir just being friends, it really does open the door for Adrianette to become a reality, and I think that's what the majority of fans want. But, that being said, I can see some hints that maybe we're going to see Ladybug develop some feelings for our boy Cat Noir. Now, the reason I say this is because of Ladybug's pretty intense reaction to the prospect of never seeing him again when he renounces his Miraculous. I think it's also a distinct possibility that this is the beginning of Ladybug seeing how important Cat Noir is to her, and it definitely stands to reason that this could then develop into romantic feelings. So, whilst I think that friendship is the direction the writers are going to take into Season 4, I wouldn't shut the door just yet. And of course, this leads us into the main event, Adrian and Marinette. I think it's been pretty clear to everyone that's even seen a short snippet of the show that this relationship is the true endgame. Everything we see between these two characters is building for the eventual moment where Adrianette explodes onto our screens. Now, I was initially pretty much certain this would be a plotline reserved for Season 5. In Season 3 we got faked out with Oblivio and Cat Blanc, and then in Miracle Queen it looked like the writers were going to give them some distance to develop their characters and tell different stories during Season 4. But then the New York special happened, and that threw all my first thoughts out the window. It seems like Luca and Marinette are not on the menu whatsoever. And whilst they seem to have elements of Kagami and Adrian in play, it was clear that the special was paving the way for Adrianette in Season 4. Seriously, hugs, intimate midnight dancing, some pretty obvious flirting from both sides. At this point the writing is on the wall. We still have the Kagami issue to see play out, and I have seen some speculation and discussion as to whether she and Adrian are in a relationship based on that kiss early in the episode. But regardless of whether they are, I think that's going to be over by the midpoint of Season 4, where Adrianette is going to start to build up with some serious momentum. For me, Kagami just isn't an interesting enough character to play such a big role in Season 4, so I expect their relationship, if they're even in one, to fizzle out pretty quickly. I don't expect any sort of identity reveal to happen until the end of Season 4 at least, so I expect the two major ships to both run alongside each other. Adrian and Marinette can start up a relationship together and hopefully this time are not sabotaged by Hawkmoth, and Ladybug and Cat Noir can continue down the path to being very good friends. But that being said, all of this is just my opinion on how the four sides of the love square are going to play out. But what do you guys think? Which ship is going to get the most focus in Season 4 and why do you think that? I'm keen to hear your thoughts, so let me know.